Hello YouTube. I was tagged by JasonWilliams. I'm going to do this in my office. I normally don't do things in my office because it's so cluttered, but it's the only place today I could have halfway decent light because it's night right now where I live. And to get away from the living room where my wife's watching the TV and things like that, so I'm in my office today. But I was tagged by JasonWilliams to do the 7 questions of YouTube. And the first one is, why do you do YouTube? It started off when I wanted to fix things. I didn't know how to do something, or I needed a new recipe, or I needed things. I would just go to YouTube, look it up, and look things up. It was information highway. You can find anything on there you want to find. And that's why I started YouTube. But then I recently went to a spring meetup with a bunch of guys that I had watched on YouTube, and I thought they were very interesting people. And I went to a spring meetup with them and got to know them. And I really wasn't interested in making videos until I met those people face to face. And when I met them face to face, I found out how wonderful these people are. And I'm not even going to mention no names. They all know which spring meetup I went to, because if I start mentioning names, I'm going to leave somebody out and they're going to think I don't love them as much as I love the other guy. So I'm not going to mention none of them. Except we went to Odessa, Tennessee, and I met up with a bunch of wonderful people. There was probably 100 of us there. We had a wonderful time. And I just wanted to stay more in contact with those people when I got back. And part of that was making videos. So I never really made videos. I just signed up for YouTube so I could ask people questions. And that was, quite a few years back. And then I met these people, and my life has changed. I have met so many wonderful, wonderful people through the YouTube community. People that I don't want to lose track of. People that I want to spend the rest of my life as their friends through YouTube. Where did I get my name? Well, that's pretty much self-explanatory. I'm a preacher. I'm a minister in a little Methodist church in Indiana. And I like to do survival stuff. I like to go out in the woods, and I like to camp, and I like to just anything got to do with camping or survival or bushcrafting. I enjoy that. So I was trying to think when I went to sign up for YouTube, what would be a good name. I started off, if you search Casey Archer on YouTube, it'll come up with a channel that has 2 subscribers. Just 2 subscribers. And I don't even know why I have 2 subscribers on there. But then I decided I want something a little more cool, so I changed my name to Survival Preacher, because I'm a preacher. I like survival stuff. So I thought, hey, Survival Preacher, that fits me perfect. So the third question is, how long have you been on YouTube? Well, that's why I said a while ago, quite a few years, because I didn't want to answer that question in the second question. I actually started YouTube, signed up for YouTube, made my first channel in 2011, just so I could ask questions. So 2011 was when I first signed up for YouTube. But 2016, the spring meetup of 2016, when I met all those new people, is when I really wanted to start getting into making videos and trying to come up with new videos and different ideas on videos. And so since 2011 is when I signed up, but 2016 is when I really started making videos. What camera do I use? I have went through, I started off with a Sony Handycam, and I didn't like the way it looked when it uploaded. I went to a Vivitar Action Cam. It was alright, but I couldn't see myself. And I couldn't see if I was chopping off part of me, and some of my videos just didn't come out the way I wanted them to. And then I had a buddy of mine updated to a better camera. So he gave me one of those GoPros. Well, I had the same problem with it. It done good video, but I couldn't see myself on it. And I wanted to be able to see myself, be able to get right in the center, kind of like try what I'm doing right now, be right in the center. And I wanted to do, halfway quality videos. So I didn't stay with the GoPro. I didn't stay with the Vivitar very long. The GoPro, I didn't like the microphone on it, because if it was in the waterproof case, you couldn't hardly hear me talk. So then I got to thinking, well, what am I going to do? I can't find a good camera that I really like. So I found this Samsung NX 3300. It's a $400 camera. I'll hold the box up here because I'm using the camera actually right now to record this video. And I know it's not going to zoom in the way I want it to, and I'll do this. And if you notice on the back of it, has a flip up screen. That's what I like about it. I can flip that screen up and I can see myself. Or I can flip it back down and it just be a regular camera or video camera. But I went to it. It's a $400 camera, and I really like it. Other than sometimes it wants to go off and adjust and do the fade thing, and I got to figure out how to use it because I haven't had it very long. Until then, I used an iPhone to do a lot of my videos. I loved the iPhone. I loved the way the microphone worked. I loved the way I could turn the camera around and see myself. But Apple really made me mad when they wouldn't unlock the phone for the FBI, because I thought they was taken away from our safety. So I swore I would never buy an Apple product again, and I haven't. And when my iPhone went down, I switched to a Samsung Galaxy S6 Active. Galaxy S6 Active. I use this Samsung phone for a lot of my videos. Probably does a better job than the camera I'm using right now. 99% of the videos I do in my semi is done with my cell phone. The rest of them is done with this camera that I showed you. It was a $400 camera that I got at Myers, and they had it marked down. Believe it or not, this camera is a $400 camera, and they marked it down. I know you can't see it, but they marked it down to $99. So I thought, well, a $400 camera, get it for $99, it can't be all that bad of a deal. So that's what I'm using right now to do this video. Other than that, I use my cell phone most of the time. When I go back for my meetup again in the spring, I'll probably either take my Vivitar or I'll take my GoPro, because they're a little more durable walking through the bush and walking through things and beating them up and things. So that's what camera I use. Do I make my own thumbnails? Occasionally I make my own thumbnails. Not very often. Usually I go with one of the thumbnails that YouTube provides, but I do occasionally, if they have stupid looking thumbnails, I'll take a picture of something, and then I'll just upload that as my thumbnail. Do I make my own intros? I just recently got an intro. I guess you could say I made it. I got to talking to some people on some different websites you could go to that has intros made up, and all you have to do is put your name in there and what you want to say in there, pick the music you want, and upload it. And yes, I guess if you call that making your own intro, I have recently made my own intro. Outro I don't have, but I'm planning on taking a video of a creek on my property in the woods. If you watch my videos, follow my videos, there's a couple of, there's probably one video, it's got my property on it. It's out in the woods about 10 miles from my house, and it has a couple of creeks that runs across it. One of them runs in front of it, and the other one runs up the side of it, and they meet in the middle, go underneath a road, and then I own on the other side of the road, and it meets up with a bigger creek, and they dump into a bigger creek. And one of these days I'm probably going to record the creek running and use that as an outro. So that should answer that question. Will I ever quit YouTube? There was a time I thought I was going to have to quit YouTube, not because I wanted to, but because I had cancer and I thought that I was going to get too sick to do YouTube and I was going to die anyway. So eventually I will die someday. I'll probably quit YouTube. Other than that, unless they make it where I have to pay to upload my videos or something like that, I probably will never quit YouTube because of the friends that I have met through YouTube. I think that was my last question. So, I'm supposed to nominate 3 people. And I don't think these 3 people have been nominated to do the 7 questions. If they have, I'm sorry. But here they go. Sam's Outdoor and Adventures. Sam is new to YouTube. He makes some really good... Sam makes... He's only been into the video part of it a couple of months. He makes some really good videos for only being into it a couple of months. His editing is by far lots better than mine. And Sam Outdoor and Adventures, I'll put him down in the bottom down there where you can get to him. A new friend of mine that I had just met on YouTube. We seem to be really hitting it off. A really funny guy. I'm going to get him, and that's Bowstar Crow, and I'll put Bowstar Crow down there too. A really funny guy. I really like Bowstar Crow. The last one I'm going to give you is Coolkid Survival. I really like Coolkid Survival. He is a cool kid. And I enjoy talking with him. I enjoy joking with him. He's an awesome little feller. Does really good videos. And Coolkid Survival, I got you. So the last time I nominated some people for something, they didn't do it. So there's a lot of people that don't want to do it, and I understand that. And if they don't want to do it, that's okay. But so I don't really know who to get when it comes time to nominate people to do things. But that's my 3. Sam's Outdoor Adventures, Bowstar Crow, and Coolkid Survival. I'll put them all 3 down there below where you can get to them. God bless. Have a great day.